Alright guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be reacting to Paul Joseph Watson. He never tells us what the video is about, which is kind of infuriating me every time. But yeah, let's get into it.
People used to do jokey puns about the term transgender by referencing the classic kids franchise Transformers.
Transformers, robots in disguise.
Well, now the Transformers are transgender.
My pronouns are they, them.
Oh no, dude. Oh god.
No one asked.
I'm she, they, but you already know that.
Imagine tiny children
What the fuck
watching
is
this
she,
trying
they?
to figure out
Are you
what the
half
hell
woman,
is
half
going
nothing?
on.
Sometimes the world can be a scary place. It's hard to know who's dangerous or not. I know I'm safe when I'm with my friends or other non-binary people.
What is happening?
Straight people scare you? Is that?
Oh, I know I'm safe with other
Well, I'm safe with non-binary people.
What?
Probably not. It's
No,
probably less safe with those.
We should genuinely do like a survey poll on like the amount of child predators who are transgender or / non-binary comparatively to the general population, and I guarantee you're gonna see literally more than triple digits in terms of swaying to the non-binaries in terms of who's a child predator.
Bro, I've seen this. I don't remember where I saw it. Probably on TikTok, where this like thing was like, I'm not a pedophile. Pedophile is like an offensive term. I'm a minor attracted person.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, and they were like, pedophile is not the right way to fucking label us. And I'm like,
What?
what? How the fuck?
It's actually clown world.
It's like, imagine being a fucking murderer and you're like, hey, don't call me a murderer. Call me the unaliveable person.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
They may have just endured a horrific civil war between the Autobots and the Decepticons, but misgendering is still a big problem.
My pronouns are they, them. Non-binary.
People who aren't female or male.
What a wonderful word for a wonderful experience.
Nor female nor male, bro.
But you know what?
You are the Transformer. You are now a Transformer. Congratulations.
You know what's so
You're
funny
a fucking
about
robot.
It? What's so funny about it is that they don't care that nobody cares about any of this shit. The people making it simply, they're like deaf. Theo Vaughn said it about one of the guys. He said they're deaf Jack Russells. All they do is they keep spewing out shit, and then they don't listen to what we tell them, and they keep sending it out. And I'll give you an example. Earlier on Twitter today, Tristan Tate made a tweet, and it basically talked about Black Panther. And I had never seen the new Black Panther. I didn't go see. I don't think anybody did.
Okay.
Well,
I didn't know the
new
came
Black
out.
Panther. Apparently, they kept calling every white person that came in like a colonizer. It's like
What?
And I didn't even know that because I didn't see the movie.
Yeah, no, I didn't either.
They kept calling white people colonizers. You American white colonizer. I was like, bro, this is just racist.
Yeah,
It's
what
just
the fuck is that?
It's crazy. And so the reason why I relate it back to this is because no matter how many times we tell them, hey guys, we don't appreciate that or we don't like that. We just want our movies to be movies. We don't want to include whatever societal stuff's going on, or we don't want any of the programming going on. They just don't listen. It's just super weird. And then they say, oh, but there's no conspiracies. Like all the conspiracy theorists are wrong. But it's like, it's hard not to be a conspiracy theorist about all this stuff when there's literally no motive. When you look at like all the woke TV shows, look at She-Hulk, look at like Black Widow, look at like Ant-Man and the Wasp, the new one they're making, look at Thor, the new Thor, look at Disney as an example. The more woke they all go, the more money they lose, but they don't seem to care. So then your next thought was, okay, well, these guys' #1 goal is to make money. Let's not kid ourselves. We can all agree on that. But they're losing money by going down this path. So why are they doing it? Well, my thing is that we know what's going on. They're getting paid to push it, and they don't care about the losses because the losses are covered in reparations from things like BlackRock and all the other people. Why do they want to do that? Because if they make us all non-binary, genderqueer, whatever else, we're all weak. We can't populate. You know, there's a bunch of things, man. And so if you're manipulable and you're weak and you're not strong and you tolerate everything, it's much easier for them to manipulate you. And the way that the globalists want to go is they want to own everything and they want to rent it to you. And I know that's a bit of a tangent, but it all relates back to this. Why do you think they're pushing all this stuff so hard? Because of what I just said.
The depression and suicide rates kind of suggest otherwise. Even Optimus Prime slipped into some casual transphobia.
Of course. Morgan, can you switch,
Before being quickly corrected.
Nightshade's pronouns are they, them.
He or she just doesn't.
Wait. What?
Can you switch?
Prime
didn't even-
slipped into some casual transphobia.
Of course. Morgan, can you switch,
Before being quickly corrected.
Nightshade's pronouns are they, them.
He didn't say.
He or she just doesn't fit who I am.
Fucking
My
robot.
apologies.
Damn right they do. They really have to take everything that was good and wholesome about your childhood and defile it, don't they? We really went from Transformers the movie, where Megatron murdered Ironhide by shooting him in the face with his arm cannon, to Transformers with pronouns. Do we have another Bud Light style boycott in the works? Well, the Transformers franchise is owned by Hasbro, which isn't exactly overperforming financially at the moment, so they'd likely be vulnerable to such a backlash. But Paul, these are just some relatively obscure television cartoons. Why are you getting mad over that? Ew, right-wing snowflake. Bigots are raging at Transformers cartoon with a non-binary alien robot. It's just about increasing representation. Really? So 10 years ago in the UK, according to NHS referrals, the number of children who said they were suffering from gender dysphoria stood at just 250. A decade later, and that number stands at 5,000. Is that near 2,000% increase in children reporting gender dysphoria over just the last 10 years? The natural response to LGBT Zoomers feeling more represented in television
They're just coming out more nowadays. They just feel more safe to come out. That's what it is. It's that they feel more safe that
Right.
they can come out.
Right. Not
Fucking
you saying, hey man, you sad? You sad today?
Switch
hey,
your gender.
cut your dick off. You might fucking be happy about yourself. Huh? Bro.
LGBT Zoomers feeling more represented in television cartoons?
Non-binary.
Or is the 2,000% increase actually a product of a sustained social engineering project? Relentlessly promoted by cultural institutions, ceaselessly amplified by celebrities and transnational corporations, institutionalized, recognized, and given credence by the law and the state in every single Western country in the world, as the flag of this supposedly marginalized movement literally flies over major government buildings, or because some alien robot in a TV cartoon said they them were non-binary.
My pronouns are they, them.
Gee, I wonder. Don't go away, because there's much more to come. Cold turkey may be great on sandwich. Now, back to the video. Over 20% of Gen Z now identifies as LGBT. That figure
Wow.
has jumped by 5% in just the last 3 years alone, and it hasn't spiked like anything near that amongst older generations. A new poll in the UK finds that a majority, 54% of teenagers aged 16 to 18, know someone at school who wants to change their gender. A figure
What?
that would have been in the single digits 10 years ago. Is that down to enhanced representation or enhanced indoctrination? Given that the transgender lobby have tried and succeeded in many cases in blocking teachers and schools from sharing sex education material of this nature with parents before their kids are exposed to it. Gee, I wonder why large numbers of teenagers are being taught in school that women can have penises, that men can get pregnant, and that sex is assigned at birth. Oh, and BDSM too. Lovely stuff. Is that merely an organic development encouraged by wider representation in society? Or is it because transgender activist groups are influencing the content of sex education lessons? Gee, I wonder. So now it's not just obscure television cartoons. This stuff is deeply embedded within our school curriculums. And not just at the national level. This is an international project. The Telegraph reports on how the World Health Organization is encouraging schools and educational institutions across the West to tell toddlers and infants to explore gender identities and engage in sexualized behavior from the ages of 0 to 4. Holy shit. The guidance says that sexuality education starts from birth and is described as a framework for policymakers, educational and health authorities, and specialists. The WHO guidance also says that children aged 4 and under should be
What
taught
the
about
fuck?
enjoyment and pleasure when touching one's own body early.
What is happening?
This shit's criminal, dude.
I know we say it every time, but this is the stuff where it's getting to a point where you just, what is happening?
What happened to like, hey, you're 18 plus, you're your own adult. If you want to make that decision to switch, go for it.
But it's not about that. It's
Why are you bringing kids into this, dude?
It's like, what is happening? How is nobody... Why are we not doing something about this? Like, I need an answer for this, guys. What is happening? How is this happening? I don't understand. Am I stupid? I don't think I'm stupid. How is this allowed to keep going? What is happening? Who's doing all this, man? Like, what the fuck is going on? This is ridiculous.
Elect Trump.
Oh yeah, get him back in, man.
Maybe he can help.
And they tie that in with infants having the right to ask questions about sexuality and the right to explore gender identities. Oh, don't use the word groomer, though. The document states from birth, babies learn the value and pleasure of bodily contact, warmth, and intimacy. They're literally trying to sexualize a newborn baby's natural bonding experience with its own mother. The sick freaks. The woke Welsh government incorporated some of this guidance as part of its mandatory sex education syllabus. Yeah, this goes far deeper down the rabbit hole than just TV cartoons, doesn't it?
Non-binary.
WHO spokesman told The Telegraph the organisation stands by its guidance and it remains accessible. They're fucking proud of it. Is it time for the world?
What do we do about this? Now it's getting to a point where I'm like, how do I fucking help? Literally I'm at the point where I'm wondering, like, what can I even do?
World Health Organization to rename itself the World Nonce Organization, because I'm sorry, but anyone who talks about how children, babies, should be sexualized from the age of 0 onwards needs to have more than just their hard drive checked. This after the UN published a report encouraging sex between adults and minors to be decriminalized.
Dude, fucking raising your kids is gonna be so difficult with all this shit going
me
on.
and you, we're gonna make our money and we're gonna go build an island.
We're gonna make that shit right, because what
We're
the
gonna bring
fuck,
a bunch
bro?
of people with us and we're gonna start a tribe and we're gonna just isolate ourselves.
Because if being a pedophile is legal, I am having a firearm and I'm with my kid all the time and I'm catching charges at anybody who fucking looks at my kid. What the fuck,
It's
bro?
just about representation, right? Meanwhile, this past weekend saw the latest Eurovision Song Contest. Okay, seems fine. Let's see Germany's entry.
Like, look at these humans, bro. What the fuck?
Because you can't represent Germany by flying the German flag.
I would be so offended if I was
That's not
German.
the German flag.
Bro, imagine they did this shit with like your country.
Oh my god, I'd fucking go over there.
I would
Beat them a
be
fucking
fucking.
Beat these bastards.
Dude.
But they wouldn't. Not in my country. They just wouldn't.
Yeah, they fucking.
Not in your country either.
Yeah, thank God.
Not our countries. Not where we're from. They wouldn't fucking dare. Try coming back to Ireland after that. You wouldn't fucking dare. Get the fuck out of here.
Gotta be the occupation flag instead. It's just about representation.
Fuck that.